and welcome along to the West Wales Karting Virtual Racing Project Cars 2 race here today, and it's round one of our oval racing special series where we go to a number of different oval tracks with a number of different cars and in the lead up to Christmas, and it's going to be pretty exciting to see what we have in store here. We've got a couple of new drivers as well thrown into the mix, and round one here today is at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, one of the most famous racetracks, one of the most oldest racetracks in the world. 1909 it was built, and seen plenty of action, and we can expect plenty of action here today too. From qualifying, where Cherry Berry is going to start on pole position from Stuart Davis. Dude Chef in his first race starts from third. Alex CDL, our pole position king, down in fourth there. And then we got Loopy McGee there, fifth. Crazy Stewpot is back as well for action, and on the rolling start now, and they're waiting for the green flag to be waved, and it's go here at Indianapolis, and it's three abreast already coming down to turn one. There's four turns, of course, of this oval. They turn left at each one, and now it's Cherry Berry. Look, he maintains the lead there from Stuart Davis. It's Crazy Stewpot has had a great start. He's passed Dude Chef up to third place, and there's lots of slipstreaming action already going on, as you can expect at this oval track. Oh, and there's a crash, a big crash in the background. There's Alex Brown. He's lost his wing, bang, into the barrier. Incredible. He's not going to be out of the race, but he's certainly caught himself a lot. He's lost a lot of time there, and of course now he's not going to have that slipstream to hang on to, is he?
Definitely not. And Loopy McGee involved as well. Looks like they've just got a bit too close together and made contact. You see the front four here of Stu, Alex, and both Stews, and Cherry Berry up into the lead as well. So great getaway from Cherry Berry, as the pack is really closing up from that slipstream effect, as he said, as Alex was right on the tail end of Stu, and he'll be trying to get past him, hopefully into the next corners, you'd have to imagine.
Yeah, there's a number of terms we could use for this. You've got, is it push and pull? I can't remember which is which now. It looks like someone's got a bit of one of those two though there. I think that was... What was that? Oh, and round us Alex CDL, he's made contact. Was that with Stuart Davis he made contact with there? Yeah,
it looks like they just came together, maybe just going a bit too fast in the corners, going wide, and just made contact with the back. Luckily for Stu, he didn't spin around and is still in second place, but that's not ideal for Alex, who's down in seventh now behind Loopy McGee.
Yes, extraordinary, and this not good news like you say, but to be honest, he's only 9 seconds off the lead, well 10 seconds now actually, and if he manages to slot into the slipstream, he can still come back from this one. Cherry Berry is only 3/10 ahead of Stuart Davis. Crazy Stewpot's in third at the moment. Looking at Stuart Davis now, hunting down Cherry Berry, he's getting even closer now, look, and he's looking for the quickest lines through here. Even though it's an oval, even though it's just put your foot flat to the floor, you have to know when to go high and when to go low in these corners, don't you? And when to make your move stick.
Definitely. You'd usually have a spotter as well, which I think they've got turned on for this, just to know where the cars are, because it is quite hard to see it going at almost 230 miles an hour. Not quite in the corner, I think it's 210 miles an hour, but it's so fast and so close, you need that little bit extra help. But that crash in the previous laps really left Chris Stewpot in no man's land, as he doesn't really have slipstream at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's 2.5 seconds behind, so you would have thought maybe you'd be getting a little bit of a slipstream, no, on with 2.5 seconds back?
Possibly, but he's on an oval, 2.5 seconds is quite far back, so it's hard to say. As Stu down on the inside, you can see the slipstream working brilliantly on the inside there. Cherry Berry on the outside trying to hang on. They're side by side, and great driving by Cherry Berry as he holds on around the outside. It's great driving by him.
That was absolutely magical stuff from Cherry Berry, wasn't it? He managed to keep the momentum around the outside, up high on the bank there, and slotted back straight in front of Stuart Davis. And I think Stuart Davis must have been thinking, what magic is this?
Definitely. I said usually in racing, when you got the inside line, that's you through, but over racing is quite odd when it comes to that. You can go different lines and you can still, as long as you hold the speed, just keep your position. Isn't it great like that? So it keeps close racing.
Yeah, I guess the danger is then, when you go out wide like that, you could easily understeer too into the wall and lose yourself heaps and heaps of time. So it's a bit of a risky strategy, but it paid off for Cherry Berry that time. It looks like he might have to pull the same trick again soon, because Stuart Davis is still all over the back of him like a bad rash. And Crazy Stewpot's actually fallen back now. Look, 3 seconds behind, so he hasn't been able to stay in that slipstream. He hasn't been able to find any advantage of the getting into that wake behind Stu Davis, so it gets very wobbly there. He might have had to get out of the throttle a little bit. It shows how hard he's pushing now to try and stay with Cherryberry here. And I think Crazy Stewpot, well, he's still got a sizable advantage over Dude Chef in 4th, hasn't he? So he's quite comfortable in 3rd at the moment.
It's kind of surprising. You'd have to imagine that they might fall back to try and work together, but that's D-Man fighting with Loopy McGee, it looks like. Yep, and that's McGee into 5th, so great move there. We'll make a note that Dara is back on his control. He's not on the steering wheel at the moment, so that's probably going to make things a little more tricky for him as he takes the wide line going into turn 3. As that's Stu Davis and Cherryberry fighting for the lead again. It's a hectic battle at the front.
Certainly is this time. Cherryberry's gone defensive on the inside, and Stuart's going to try and ride around the... oh no, sorry, I got it the wrong way around. Stuart Davis was down the inside. Apologies. But this time he made it stick. Cherryberry couldn't keep the momentum round up high like he did last time, but instead he's decided to slot back into the slipstream now. And there's quite a lot of time left to go in this race, isn't it? He looks down the inside, but no way through there this time. He's going to try now and get the swing up onto the high banking and some momentum, but he hasn't got it this time. But yeah, there's a lot of time left to run in this race. I think whoever gets in front in the last lap might be best place to win this one.
Yeah, usually it's whoever's in 2nd place going into the last 2 corners usually has the slipstream advantage going to the straight line as long as they're not blocked. So it's very much a momentum game, and you'll have to imagine the last lap they might just let him through in the first corners just to gain that advantage, as Cherryberry is just absolutely reeling in Stu into the 3rd corner. Looking the outside, Stu's blocking it off, so that's making Cherryberry back out a bit and giving him a bit of an advantage as you see he's pulling away slightly.
Yeah, ever so slightly, but I think 100 metres or so here and there really makes a big difference. So I say 100 metres, a metre even, a metre or two makes a big difference on the end of the straight, doesn't it? How close you are. So with the slipstream effect being so powerful, and the cars, of course, are set up in oval setup, aren't they?
Yeah, it would be oval setup. There is an option for a speedway setup, but that's not ideal for around here, as they are quite tight banked corners. So I think everyone's gone on to, like you said, oval setup.
Yeah, look at this gaggle of cars now. We've got Loopy McGee, who's caught Dude Chef, but McGee has also got D-Man and Alex CDL all over him. And they're quite a bit ahead of 8th and 9th positions, so these guys really are going for it. And I mean,
that's Alex at the
let's
inside
hope
of
there's no
2.
contact here, because this is great racing. And Alex CDL there through, look, and D-Man.
Yeah, he's got Loopy as mistake by Loopy, he's off. There's a massive hit, and he's backwards into the pits. Oh no, that's I think that's him disqualified there as block goes down the pit. That's super unlucky for Loopy G, who's doing great up in 5th place. But back to this mid-pack trio as Alex is chasing down the new boy Dude Chef, who is in a IndyCar league as he hails from Florida, so he'll be quite used to these vehicles. Not sure if he's on controller or steering wheel, but he's just allowing Alex through this, so he'll probably try and get the slipstream off him out of turn 4 onto the main straight.
Yeah, you would have thought these guys now will try and work together to close in Crazy Stewpot, but he's 7 seconds ahead, so I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, but you never know. If they work together, they could possibly close in Stewpot for the final podium position. But like you were saying, Dude Chef, he's driving very respectfully, made a little bit of mistake there. D-Man nearly follows him into the wall, and D-Man's going sideways, and he makes slight contact with Dude Chef, and he tries to hold it, but I think that's D-Man round. Is it? Oh, where did D-Man go?
It might have just gone on the infield. Yeah, there he is. He's on the infield. That's super unlucky for him. He almost held it, but might have had a little bit of contact with Dude Chef as that Free Gazelle up into now 6th. So that's the space 1 lap. Lost Loopy McGee, and D-Man was out of the midfield. So it just shows one little mistake, and that one started from Dude Chef just tapping the wall. So it can all cause a chain reaction. So
it's very easy to if someone ahead of you goes into the wall, you follow them in, isn't it? Just because you're carrying the same speed as them, or you can get a little bit of understeer behind them as well. It's so easy to do that, is, and really unfortunate for D-Man. I think he held the world's fastest and longest ever skid going through that corner. He's so close to holding it, but anyway, he's back down in 7th now, and he's got it all to do. But he has got Free Gazelle only a few seconds up the road from him, so he could maybe grab a slipstream from him. We're looking at Crazy Stewpot then, who's still running in 3rd. He's fallen off this battle now that we're looking at between Cherryberry and Stuart Davis, and it does very much look like these are the two contenders for the race, as we've just passed halfway now. And Cherryberry's looking through on the inside of Stuart Davis, and he takes that position away, but he's run a little bit wide there. Is Stuart going to come back at him? Looking in the wing mirrors, I think Stuart's a little bit too far behind. He lifted off a little bit, so he's fallen back now. But to be honest, these two are going to be overtaking each other plenty of times before the end of this race, I think. What do you think, Alex?
You'd have to imagine so. It's kind of like chess. You want to position your car in the slot you want ready for that last lap if these two are together. So Stu possibly might just stay like that since there's only 10 laps left and go for it on the last lap, but you have to be careful with that, whether you can keep the momentum up. But any little mistake can happen, and that could bring Crazy Stu back into the race.
Yeah, and they turn left again now, and now they come to the next corner, which is left again. So they're very good at turning left, these drivers.
Yes, it's very much a skill they have to learn. It's a good thing it's not a right-hand corner. They might get a bit confused. But see Stu right, not quite up to the tail of Cherryberry. Cherryberry just slightly ahead of about a car length. So it really shows that you have to just back off a bit, because you do get the dirty air off the car in front, which will affect your aerodynamics and possibly put you into the wall. But this is the bit Stewie wanted to do. Will he go around the outside? Oh, that's close. No, he just holds back a bit, but looks like they're about to touch there into the last corner onto the main straight. This is probably the best place that you can really dial in and just go for it. You see here on the outside, Cherryberry on the inside, side by side going down to the first corner. Will you try the outside again? Oh, it's close. It's still it tucks back in. Oh, he's all over the shop with that Indy car. He's inside outside. He's struggling to find a way through, which is quite odd. You'd think having the slipstream you could shoot past, but you just can't do it at the moment.
I know, in, out, shake it all about, and he's trying to find a way past, but he still hasn't shaken it quite enough, and I don't know what I'm on about, but Cherryberry is certainly shaking Stewart now. 3/10 ahead he is now, which is his biggest margin he's had, actually, for the last couple of laps. And Stuart Davis, though, look, he's hunting for the slipstream. Cherryberry's trying to lose him there, and I think Cherryberry's thinking, if I can just get, a couple of seconds up the road from Stuart, Stuart makes a bit of a mistake here, put him off somewhere, I might have this race in the bag. I reckon he's thinking.
Yeah, especially with the way he's blocking, he's really doing quite a good job. As D-Man here is getting chased down by the leading pack there, leading duo. So that just shows that one mistake's really cost D-Man, as he's about to be lapped with only 7 laps left. As it looks like
that's got to hit.
Yeah, but I think he said he's getting a new steering wheel off Santa this year, so we'll be happy and probably be right up the front again. As Stu trying the outside again, it's really not working for him. He's going to have to either try and force Cherryberry into a mistake, or just throw it up the inside like Cherryberry did on him.
So far, these two have been very good at giving each other room, and I think one thing you've got to have with the oval racing is a bit of respect and give each other room, isn't it? Because it's so easy to have a crash. Going that fast. Oh, Stuart Davis has a big crash, round and round now on the infield part of the circuit. I don't know how he managed to do that. He just lost the back end. He gets going again now, resets the car, and where's Crazy Stewpot? There he is, up into second. Crazy Stewpot now.
Yeah, it's a good thing the guys behind went closer. Stu stopped in quite a horrible place here, right on the racing line, on the inside of that corner. So it's a good thing he reset as fast as he did. But that's really allowed Stu up into second now. I don't think he'd catch Cherryberry unless there's another mistake. But it's a good thing Alex has dropped back as well in fourth, because that could have promoted him up to third. But I think he might have dropped back to try and work with Duchev to maybe catch these guys up in the latter stages. So only a couple of seconds as we see him now apart.
have to say, someone who's on the move at the moment is Alex Brown down there in 8th position. He's last time round he was only a tenth slower than Cherryberry, although Cherryberry's gone a little bit quicker now on this lap, 41.3. But the only person who's near him in terms of pace at the moment is Alex Brown. And also Free Gazelle's putting in some very strong lap times too. A little bit too little too late from those guys down there in 6th and 8th position respectively. But watch out for them in the future oval races. Now they've got their heads around it, they need a bit more practice. And they're going very nicely at the moment. Free Gazelle is a little bit too far behind this battle that we're watching now though. Dude Chef is all over Alex CDL, who of course he just said he's dropped back a little bit to work with him, but now he's thinking, actually I want to get away from him.
You'd have to imagine they'll try and work for as long as possible as... Oh, where is he? Oh, he's into the barrier! That's a massive hit there. It just shows how careful you've got to be into the corners with the dirty air. It can just unsettle the car so easily like it just did there. And he's still in 5th at the moment, but he's on the inside there, and this should be an easy pass by Gazelle as he goes on the outside. This shows the difference in speed as Dude Chef will have to really build that back up now, and without slipstream it's going to be quite tough with only 3 laps left. But that's unlucky for him. Yeah. As he was in a good position there for his first race.
I was going to say, it's really unfortunate for Dude Chef now. He was so close then to the finish, having a great battle with Alex CDL, and so easy to do. I don't know what corner it was. It might have been the same corner as Stuart Davis had his spin. I'm not sure. All these corners look quite the same to me on and over. But yeah, big shame for Dude Chef, and Free Gazelle gets a free promotion up into 5th.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that. I think it's only his second race as he joined the group, not for the clues. There was a break for it, and he joined one of the sort of fun races they do occasionally. So this is his first proper race, you'd have to say, and he's doing really well with the 5th position.
He's doing excellently. Fantastic job from Free Gazelle. He's a bit too far now to catch Alex. He just needs to drive cleanly and keep it now on the straight and narrow and take 5th position ahead of Dude Chef. And those two guys have had fantastic races in their debut races, could be said actually, debut competitive races with West Wisconsin Virtual Racing League. Dude Chef does know these cars quite well, doesn't he, having raced in the IndyCar League on ProjectCars2 as well. So it goes to show actually the standard of racing here today has been pretty good.
Yeah, been really good. It's besides obviously the old mistake, which is easy to do these with the speeds they're going at and the slipstream effects causing downforce differences. It's been really entertaining to watch and been quite close. As you see here, Cherryberry overtaking D-Man, I believe that is, in the blue and yellow machine. Just lapping there, as I said, it's not great, but D-Man could actually help Cherryberry pull away further, even though he's got 11-second lead if they wanted to work together. But I think Cherryberry might just want to keep it easy and say, let's keep this nice as they go up to the line for the last lap. Well, there's the last lap now.
Yep, last lap and last corner, and Cherryberry exits it to take the win here. After a great battle with Stuart Davis, he outlasts him in the end, and Cherryberry wins and gets a bit of a nudge up the area from D-Man there in the end. It's probably just a little handshake to say well done, mate. And Crazy Stewpot there, great result from Crazy Stewpot after not taking part in the Clio Championship that we recently ran. He returns to the series and takes 2nd position, great effort. And now Stuart Davis as well in 3rd. And look at this, Free Gazelle just ahead of Dude Chef. They come to the line now, and it's Free Gazelle, I think, in the yellow car, who just about gets 5th position from Dude Chef, just on the line. Great racing between those two there all the way to the finish, and there's confirmation of the final results. And D-Man there 7th, Alex Brown 8th. Unfortunately for Loopy McGee, their disqualification after going backwards into the pit lane at about 200 mile an hour, but nothing he could do about that.
Definitely not. And you see the points tally there, it's a bit jumbled up after that round, but Cherryberry is your leader from Stewpot and the other Stew. So the 3 favourites for the ovals.
Yeah, so join us next time